You heard of the story of Reese Bradburn? Well, this is the story of Dan Zimmerman. He taught Reese everything he knows. They call him Z, because he makes Zorro look like a female flamenco dancer with two broken legs. His only fears were female jesters and dudes who look like Ron Burgundy, but he conquered them. Now he's fearless. Every spring he lassos the sun and pulls it a little closer to the earth. He's smiling there because he knows the secret to trees, which God doesn't even know. You can never really tell what he's thinking, but I'd like to think he doesn't gotta think. Here he's demonstrating how tree branches make beautiful anklets. He's part bat, but only part of the time, so half the year he sleeps upside down. He's just waking up. He likes to climb trees just to make him feel sad about being so inferior to him. Most people climb mountains. He jumps them. This is the hospital where he was born at. It's somewhere in the Himalayas. There were no doctors around, so he delivered himself. He's reading this lady and a baby a bedtime story. When he was a boy, he thought he was Cinderella. He was hungry one day for an apple, but instead of going to the supermarket, he gave birth to Johnny Appleseed. He's such a man. When he was 2, he gave his father a noogie and bought him an ice cream cone. Nothing's changed. He don't go to the river goes to him. He's just about to eat that whale. He invented a 5th season. It was somewhere between breakfast and lunch. He only wears clothes to be socially acceptable. He's got thicker skin than a blue whale. He invented a shrinking machine so he and his friends could explore his backyard. He jumps off cliffs just to kick gravity in the face. When fighting forest fires, his friends will put out the flames with usual things like water, dirt, whatever. Dude just makes snide remarks at the flames and drop kick them. He caught all those fish with his teeth at the same time, and now he's cooking them with his mind. He doesn't sleep. He meditates and shifts fault lines to better fit his following day. He only lives in round structures because his magnetic pull is too powerful for corners. If he ever saw a corner of anything, he'd destroy it. This is his closet. He started this rock band, the Current Electrics. They were actually the original Blue Man Group, but they were too lazy to blue their upper hats. And this is his Creedence cover band. He had to kick out about 26 people. Oh, and this was his Grateful Dead reprise band. They were too stoned to leave that tree, so they never played. Oh yeah, he built that. He would have built it bigger if it weren't for the clouds. His friends would be confused because whenever he walked in the snow, he turned into a mountain lion. He made love to the sky once. Here's his bastard sky children. He's so classy he makes James Bond look like a meter maid south of London who got fired 2 weeks prior but still goes on being a meter maid out of lack of dignity for herself. He's so biblical, he's the 11th commandment. He only makes his lipstick rub off where it counts, on male flautists. Look at this guy, he's terrified. He's like, oh god, a ginger with a match. And then he realizes it's Dan Zimmerman. And now he knows the true definition of fear. His home gardening and home cooking skills were a bit unconventional. He'd cook flowers and plant cupcakes. He had the most impressive cleavage this side of the Cascades. Yeah, that was the night he outsang that trained opera singer. He used to convince people he was the emperor of planet Zorgon, and he's still convincing them. He dropped by Sweden once, and he wore this outfit. They were so impressed, they wanted to put him on their flag. All he said was, no thanks, Dan Z don't advertise. When graduating high school, instead of a diploma, he got the Peabody Award and was bought out by the American government to never travel, or else he would be a national security threat. So, let's examine this. How does it feel to not be Dan Zimmerman, but to be among his presence? This guy over here is thinking about a way to get some of Z's DNA so he can clone some slave version of him or something. This guy wears sunglasses around him because he cries all the time just thinking about how he's never gonna be as cool. This guy over here can't believe that he gets to sit next to him. These two ladies both had the same telepathic thought about how cool he is. This guy down here needs to take his shirt off just to try and be as cool. And this girl up here is delusionally happy because she thinks that she is Dan Zimmerman. So now look at Dan. Exactly. You heard of the expression life of the party, right? Well, he was the party. And you can't have life without a party. Some wise scientist once said, human beings only live up to 10% of their potential. Well, that wise guy never met Dan Zimmerman.